This is your TFC Insider presented by the all-new Kia Telluride, and I am Gareth Wheeler. Endoh has been outstanding over recent weeks. In fact, after not featuring whatsoever in the first 16 games of this Major League Soccer season, he's featured prominently in 11 of the last 16 games. And in games he's played in, TFC have only lost twice. He's found his form really at the right time. And speaking with head coach Greg Vanney, I asked him whether there was a turning point for Endoh making an impression on him this season. And Vanney turned back to his first game he played this season, June 26th, in a 3-2 win over Atlanta United. Endoh scored that day, and in his post-game media availability, he said publicly and frankly, Greg Vanney needs to trust me more. That certainly caught Vanney's attention. He felt that trust really could be built going both ways, and the fact that Endoh stepped up when so many players were out through injury and away at the Gold Cup, he took full advantage of that opportunity, and the head coach just kept on giving him chances. In fact, that game against Atlanta was his first-team game in 23 months. Yes, he hadn't featured for Toronto FC since 2017, and it's been a roller coaster ride as a professional for Endoh ever since. Tsubasa burst on the scene back in 2016, featuring in the first game of the season for Toronto FC that year, a 2-0 victory at the New York Red Bulls. He was great that day, playing 84 minutes, but chances were few and far between after that, as Toronto FC with Javinko and Altidore up front really didn't play with natural wide players. He really had to go out and reinvent himself all over again. After the 2017 season, he was out of contract and decided to give it a go, going on trial to multiple clubs in Europe. Nothing really worked out for him. He didn't catch on, and he came back here to Toronto looking for another opportunity. Vanney in 2018 said he just needed to play games, and in August of last year, he signed on with Toronto FC too. After the setback, after facing adversity, he came back refocused and was outstanding in USL, scoring 8 goals over the course of 14 games. And the fact that he made an impression, he dug deep, it gave him an opportunity when Greg Vanney decided to change his formation to play with natural wide players. Endoh can play on the right, he can play down the left, a position or positions he's played well in all games this season. 3 goals, 2 assists in MLS play, a goal in the Canadian Championship as well. He's been effective in those creative areas of the park. Vanney always liked Endoh coming out of college, so his recent success doesn't come as a surprise. He's the first player on the training field, one of the last players coming off. He simply loves to play the game. He fits in so well within this team, and that's what we're looking at going forward. Endoh has now legitimately put himself in a position where he may be called upon in the starting 11 for crucial playoff games ahead. He might not be the best player in terms of pedigree or in terms of talent that Greg Vanney has at his disposal, but it's the fit, the hard running, both defensively and attacking wise, that has caught his manager's eye and makes him a very important player for this Toronto FC team going forward. Endoh's a feel-good story on a team chock full of them in this 2019 MLS season.